Hey everybody, welcome back to Danielle's Crochet Barn. Today we're going to go over my 2024 crochet goals. So I wasn't going to do this video, but my last video, or the one before that, was the 2023 crochet goals I accomplished. And I would like to have a 2024 goal video so at the end of this year I can go back and look at what I've accomplished again. So we're going to go over those today. I figured that I would also work on a project, so I'm going to work on a order that I have for a sweater. I have made this sweater before. I will insert a photo. It was a sweater that I'd done a video on. A family member liked the sweater, so they picked out a color and I am working on that. But I will not work on that throughout the whole video probably. I will pick it up here and there and talk to y'all because I want to make sure that I get out everything that I want to and not be distracted. So before we jump into the goals, I do want to show y'all something I got for Christmas. I got the Centro knitting machine for Christmas and I am so excited to use this. So I did make a beanie on it. It was a little bit complicated to get started, but I don't have it with me. It is somewhere in my parents' bedroom because I gave it to my dad, but I will make sure to put a picture on the screen for y'all so you can see it. And I did start making a top, but I haven't had much time to work on it. I only got the front panel done. It's going to be a long sleeve top. I've been working on orders, so I haven't had much time to work with this. And the back panel I started, I had to restart like 4 times, and just said forget it. And then I had all them orders come in, so I had to make sure I focused on those. But once I get them orders done, I'll restart the back panel once again. But you can see where it's folded. I don't like that. But I will make sure to block these after I'm done. That way they actually stay out and don't curl up. But I love the way the knit style looks, or whatever you want to call it. So far it's not too complicated, but I don't know what I was doing on that back panel. I was having so many issues because this came out perfect after I figured it out. Didn't have to restart the front panel that many times. But yeah, excited to get that done. I want to use more of like multicolor yarns for the knitting machine. I'll pull out a yarn example, that way you can see what I'm talking about. So like this yarn right here I want to use on the knitting machine. Hopefully you can see it. I would like to use more multicolor yarns for that, but I was just testing it out with some yarn that I had sitting around that I wasn't really worried about if I messed up on the project or not. But yeah, I'm excited to whip out some projects with that, and I may even do a video on using it. I know I'm very late on the Centro knitting machine trend, but that's okay. So keep an eye out for a video of me using that knitting machine. So now we will get into my 2024 crochet goals. So I have them jotted down. I'm so sorry about the lighting today. The sun is like shining directly into my window. I do have the curtains pulled around, but you can see like a small glare right there, and it's really bugging me. And I can't get the lighting to look perfect for the rest of what y'all are seeing. But anyways, I wrote down my goals on a scrap piece of paper, so just ignore this here that y'all can see. But the first goal that I wrote down was to finish my blankets. I started a granny square blanket, and I also started a autumn crochet along blanket, and then I also have a scrap blanket. Now the scrap blanket I'm not worried about finishing because obviously that's just going to be an here and there project. It's just going to be whatever I'm working on, whatever scraps I have, I throw it on there. I don't put every scrap on that blanket because there's like literally strands that I cut off that are like this big, and that's not enough crochet onto the scrap blanket. So I don't know when that'll be done, I'm not worried about it, but I will show y'all the progress that I have on the other two blankets. Okay, so ignore how atrocious this curtain looks. I have like yarn. Ooh man, ignore the lighting. Anyways, I have yarn tucked in between a small desk here and this bookshelf that I use for the yarn. Let me fix this lighting and I will come back. Anyways, had to back y'all up so you can see this entire blanket. I finally got two rows completed, and then the third one I started on. Let me see what's that. Yeah, there we go. So it's taking a little bit of time. I did whip out like probably 8 squares in the span of 2 nights. I had some time to sit down and work on it. I'm really liking it so far. I kind of wish I went down a hook size. I want the squares to be a little bit smaller, but I'm definitely not restarting now. But yeah, that's that on the granny square blanket. So this is the next blanket. It is the Autumn Crochet Along blanket. Very happy with the colors that I have on it, and I'm very excited to get it done. But this is how much I got done on it so far, and after I get this done, I'll probably just use it as a decoration piece on my bed. It would probably be pretty warm too if it was cold, because it's got some good weight to it. But yes, there's the second blanket. And just so y'all can see, here is the scrap blanket. Of course, I said this would not be done. Well, I mean, it might be, depending on how much I get made this year and how many scraps I have. But yeah. And now that I've been looking at other scrap projects, I kind of wish I had done a different stitch instead of just a plain old half double crochet. I'm not restarting this again. So there's that. So the next thing that I have wrote down is to work on patterns for every holiday this year. Last year I done decent. I made a good amount of patterns, but the ones that were like specialized for a certain holiday was only Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. This year I want to make sure that I get Valentine's Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, and so on. So I already have Valentine's Day planned out. I'm planning to make Cupid. Hopefully, I'm gonna look around and see what other people have made too, to see if I want to make something different. But I've never seen a crochet Cupid before. Of course, I haven't took the time to look that up either. But that is something that I'm going to try and get done before February is here. Hopefully, we will see. And then after that, I will jump straight into the St. Patrick's Day pattern. Don't know what I'll make for that. And then I'll go straight into Easter. Now there is another, I've actually got 4 patterns wrote out. I just have to make sure they're correct as far as all the stitches and counting goes. It is the characters that I made, I'll put a picture here, from Gabby's Dollhouse. I still need to top those up and finalize that pattern to post it for sale. But obviously that won't be a holiday pattern, but yeah, that is something I want to get done pretty soon. But as far as the patterns go, I also want to make at least 10 to 15 new patterns for sale this year, or a few of those could be for free too. But that is my goal for the patterns. Next goal that I have wrote down is about markets. So last year I went to most of the farmers markets that my town had, and I also went to the Apple Festival, and I went to a market in Leatherwood nearby where I live. And this year I want to continue doing the farmers markets. Last year I done like every other weekend, and I skipped maybe 2 or 3 weekends in a row and then went. I'd like to go more this year. I don't want to, you know, overload myself, because I do like being home on the weekends. That is something I love. And the only time that my farmer market is open is Saturdays. Besides, they do start it later on in the year on Tuesdays. But yes, I want to make sure I go to the farmers markets, and then I want to look into more markets that are in surrounding counties, I guess, and go to festivals, because I haven't went to any festivals besides the Apple Festival, which was last year. And I'd like to do the Apple Festival again this year. And then I also want to do Christmas markets. So last year, it sounds weird saying last year because it's literally the 5th day of January. But anyways, last year there was a Christmas market held nearby where I live, and like an idiot, I did not sign up for it. And I don't know how well it did. I guess I could contact the person that ran it to see how well the turnout was. But I wish I would have went, because the Christmas plushie video that I made, none of those items sold. I literally had like, I think, 1 Grinch sell to my sister's friend, and then I gave away a penguin to a friend for a Christmas present. I didn't give it away, I gave it as a Christmas present. But yeah, none of those items sold, and none of the stitch markers I made, which I was hyped about, I figured they would sell, did not sell either. So I don't know what to do about them items. I have them stored in my closet at the moment. I guess I'll take them to the farmers markets and hopefully they will sell there. But as of right now, they're just stored in my closet. And I thought about dropping the price on Etsy and Depop, which is where I have them posted, but they're already basically low enough. I mean, I cannot be posting them for cheaper than what I paid and put time into, if that makes sense. So yeah, if y'all are interested, they're still listed on Etsy and still listed on Depop. Of course, Etsy has an expiration date on listings unless I repost them, but I probably will not repost them right now, just because that does add up. But yes, there's that on the market. I think I covered everything on the markets. If I didn't, I'll put some more up on the screen of what I wanted to talk about, but my brain kind of got off track there. And then one of the biggest goals that I want this year is to get monetized on YouTube. I would love to start making a little extra money off of here. Currently, I'll put up on the screen when I'm editing, but from what I read last time, I think I have 690 subscribers, which is amazing. I keep growing. It's slowly. Sometimes it's like in spurts. There's like 10 or 20, 30 people that all of a sudden follow me, and then it's just one here and there throughout the week. But this is awesome. I love this. And I keep saying that in every video, but I really do like this. And I do think I'm getting a little bit better talking to the camera, and hopefully I'm entertaining to y'all. I don't really know. I don't really get comments that much, but hopefully I am. Hopefully y'all like what I talk about and what I'm doing. And once I get monetized on YouTube, I did state in the 2023 goal accomplished video that I wanted to buy a new camera. So when I start making money off of here, and I start making more money from the markets when that starts, I am going to set some money aside and use that for a camera, because I really want to invest in a proper camera and microphone for my YouTube channel, so the quality is, you know, perfect for y'all. And then the last goal that I have wrote down is to try and sell most of the clothing pieces that I already have made. I haven't been focusing on the clothing aspect that much because my business is basically amigurumi. When I first started this business, I had worked on a bunch of clothing pieces and the amigurumi, but the amigurumi was doing better, and honestly I like making amigurumi better than the clothing, but I also enjoy the clothing too. I don't have as much time for the clothing because I am getting orders now on a pretty regular basis, so I'm very thankful for that. A lot of it is orders from people that live around me. It's not so much as people that are in different states, but I have started a map, and I think I showed that in the last video, of sales that I have from different states, so I'm very excited to see that fill up. There is times that I have an order each week off of Depop. Depop has been doing a whole lot better for me than Etsy has, and I'm hoping Etsy will take off. I do see people liking or favoriting some of the items that I have on Etsy, so I'm hoping that they will buy those, but we'll see on that. But yeah, as far as the clothing pieces go, I have sold a couple of them here and there. When the farmers market was going on last year, I sold very few pieces. They just don't sell well. I think I need to like just take pictures of them on me more, because most of the stuff I have posted, that's just photos of a clothing piece by itself, not really styled, I guess. I'm not really stylish, so I don't know how to like style the shirts that I've made, or tops or whatever. But maybe I'll sit down and do that one day. Don't know. But if you're interested in any of those clothing pieces, I still have all those listed as well, and I'll have those links down below so y'all can go look at stuff. But that is it on the goals that I have wrote down. I don't have a whole bunch. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like a bunch. It is quite a bunch if you look at it. I mean, 10 to 15 patterns, that's a bunch. Getting monetized, obviously I have to put work into that and make sure I'm still posting consistently and making content that is actually relevant and interesting to y'all. The blankets, obviously that'll take time. I have to make sure I set some time aside for those. And I don't want to stress, I didn't write this as a goal, but I don't want to stress myself with crochet. I do have, you know, life, other things that have to be taken care of as far as like school, a job, yada yada. So I gotta make sure, you know, there's time for that, and also family. So I don't want to overwork myself or whatever. I also want to enjoy the process. I don't want to make my crochet feel like something I have to do, because I do really, really enjoy crochet. This is, I mean, I've got too much of it. This isn't even half of my yarn anymore, almost. I've got stuff piled on top of this. I've got my little, I don't know what you call it, cart that I have for the farmer's market. I have it put out now with yarn stacked on it and piled in it. I have three different containers. They're not containers, they're like crochet baskets. They used to be, it's right here, there's one there. But I used to have it right here, but I ran out of room over here because I had to put my central knitting machine somewhere. So I had to put this little thing here that holds like shipping supplies in. I had to put it on top of this. And then I have what was up there. It's full of yarn. It's now sitting on the floor, normally right here. But when I record videos, I move everything away because I like my yarn in the background. But also my cat's sitting here. I'm getting off topic, and this video is probably taking forever, so I'm going to stop blabbering and in the video. So that is it for today's video. I also noticed that I did not even pick this up in crochet. I just blabbered away, but that's okay. According to the breakdown on my YouTube studio page, most of the people that come back and view my channel are not subscribed. So that would be cool if y'all could subscribe for me. That would be lovely. But yeah, I'm just gonna completely stop talking now. I feel like I could talk forever today for some reason. Don't know why, but I need to leave the house here in a minute. So I hope y'all have had a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye everybody!